lamb saag, but today I'm going to do it with chicken, and you could do it with paneer, you could do it with beef, you could do whatever you like. So it's really just all about the sauce. And today I'm going to be making this as per the recipe. I took about 200 grams of fresh spinach, so baby spinach, and mixed it with about 3 or 4 chilies and also a good handful of coriander. And I just blended that all up. We're going to add that to the sauce as it cooks. So I won't need to use as much base sauce because this is quite liquidy. I actually added a little bit too much water, too much more than I should have. Should be a thicker paste, but it's going to work. So we'll go ahead and get started. And obviously, if you have any questions or anything like that along the way, feel free to ask. And I'm just going to add some oil to this pan now. So if you've been watching these for the last few weeks, these curry house style recipes, you'll know how easy they are. And as long as you got your base sauce, I mean, everything's all straightforward. You'll be able to make these things in no time at home. A little bit more there. No time at home. They're all quite simple, straightforward. I'm just adding the onion there, just about a half onion. And I'm just going to stir that up a bit. So it's starting to sizzle there. And really what I want to do with this is I just want to cook it down until it's soft, translucent, about 3 minutes or so.
You've already got questions about the can. What's in the can today?
Oh, what is it? I just grabbed it actually. Yeah, it's a Hemisphere Session IPA. It's very nice. I forgot to put the code on there too. So I do actually have a code. Was that the wrong camera?
Yeah, you were, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'll show it off next time.
Show it at the end, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good one. They're all those beers that they do are really nice with a curry. All right, so we got that sizzling away there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt.
Someone's asking, is it a 1 or 2 person recipe? It's 2 people, isn't it?
This is for about 2 people. So in the book it's for 4. And the reason why I'm doing them for 2 people is because, well, there's just Caroline and me that are going to be eating it tonight. And also because I want to show people how easy it is. It's not rocket science. You just take the recipes as they're written, which are made for families or maybe for a big gathering. And you just have them, really. And it does the same thing. In fact, it's a little bit easier to do it with a smaller pan with fewer ingredients. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon now of garlic and ginger paste. And I'm going to give that a stir. And I'm just really cooking off the rawness there. That's all I'm doing. And to that, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of coriander. That was a cumin. Now a tablespoon of coriander. About a half teaspoon of chili powder. And a tablespoon of the mixed powder. And if you don't have mixed powder, you can make it really easily, but you can also use a good quality curry powder, because that's really all it is. So got that going to a nice bubble there now. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 70 milliliters. That's a quarter of a cup tomato puree. Bring that to a nice simmer. That's over a high heat, by the way. I got that on the highest heat I can get it. And then just a tiny bit, because I got so much liquid in my spinach puree there, I'm just going to add a tiny bit right now of the base sauce. And the rule with base sauce, as I've mentioned in the past, it's really just add it. If the curry's looking dry, add some more. If it's looking all right, like it is right now, just leave it to bubble away. And I don't stir really that much in the center there. It's all done around the sides. Just scrape in that caramelized sauce there.
Tom
Put
said
those
he's
in
never
there.
had Saag, anything you could compare it to?
Sorry?
Tom says he's never had Saag. Anything to compare it to?
Saag. Well, this one isn't Saag. Oh, Saag. Sorry. Yeah.
Saag.
Yeah.
It's just spinach. Isn't
It's
it?
spinach. Yeah, it's just a spinach curry. They're very popular at Indian restaurants. I've had a few of the stems of some coriander, just because there's a lot of flavor in there.
Just really just a curry with additional.
It's a quite a basic curry. And then watch this. This is what makes it look so nice.
The colour is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. This will start out green. Then will get quite dark, a dark green. I'm just going to add a nice bit of that there. Give that a stir in, and watch this. It just kind of colors the sauce so nicely. It's going to be a bright green at first, and then it kind of cooks. As it cooks, it gets a darker green. There we are. I think I better add some chicken to it now. So like I said, you could add lamb, pre-cooked lamb. You could add some paneer to this. I'm just going to add some chicken. And I had some chickpeas left over from something I was doing yesterday, so I'm going to add some chickpeas to it too. That's not in the recipe at all. But you can add whatever you like. It sounds good, do it. So there we go. That's looking really nice. I just want to get that chicken nicely coated in the sauce there. And just let it bubble away for a bit. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of yogurt, about a tablespoon, actually about a tablespoon and a half of yogurt. And with yogurt, because this is, we don't have any plain yogurt in the house at the moment. So this is Greek yogurt, which is great for marinades. I don't really recommend it in a sauce. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be adding it in small amounts because I don't want it to curdle. So I'm just going to add just a tiny bit there. And I'll stir that in really well. So it just kind of becomes part of the sauce throughout. And then it won't curdle. So get that, and that's looking nice. So I'm just going to add a little bit more.
Someone saying, are we broadcasting on Curry Chit Chat? I think there's been.
I'm hoping we are.
Facebook, but maybe not Curry
But there's Facebook updated some stuff this week, and we just realized last week that it didn't go out to Chit Chat. So
on Monday it didn't go out. We thought we fixed it, but maybe it's not going out.
I don't know if it's fixable. We're gonna have to see. We'll have to think of something else or use a different program. Hopefully it's going out there on Chit Chat. We'll see.
On Facebook.
Okay,
so
good.
Fine.
All right. So there we go. That's almost done now. I'm going to add just about the juice of 1 lemon. And then also about a half teaspoon of garam masala. Just give that a nice stir as well. It's smelling so nice right now, so I know this is going to be good. Other things you can do to this is if you use the if you got the books and you use the stewed chicken method, you could add a little bit of the cooking stock to it, or you could even blend the cooking stock instead of water with that. So that brings a lot of the chicken flavor into it. If you're doing a chicken tikka, let's say on a barbecue, you can just put after it's cooked, you put it in a pan, and it usually just kind of the juices from the meat will go into the pan, and that's something else you can add to it for extra flavor. I've also got a spice stock which is made with water and spices, just like whole spices, garam masala spices really, and that's something else you can put in this just to add just different flavors to the different curries. Don't need very much more of that. And I'm going to add just a bit of salt because I know I've made this so many times. I know it needs a little bit of salt at the end. So there we go. And that's finished. That's done. Chicken saag takeaway for Caroline and me in 10 minutes.
Steve's asking, look like we pre-cooked with the chicken. What method did you
I used we kind of did it. We did that in the air fryer, didn't we?
That was just in the end.
Yeah. I'll go back over to the other camera now. we've been testing out a new air fryer that we got, and I used my chicken tikka marinade, but as it's about 4 inches of snow outside right now, we decided not to go out on the barbecue, and we did it in the air fryer, and it worked very well. So very happy with the results there. I'm gonna give this a try.
Someone has a question. Jamie
Spot
has a
on.
question about chicken pakoras. He's been making chicken pakoras today.
Right.
How do I stop it from sticking to my basket for frying when initially dropped in the oil? Oil is at the correct temperature.
Okay, what you need to do there is when you're lowering it into the oil, so you make sure you get your oil right up to the heat, as it says in the book there. I'm not sure what I said. I usually cook it at about 180 or so. But when it gets up to heat, you lower it down. And as you're lowering it down, you kind of stop and you just let a little bit of it fry. And then you just lower it down even slower and slower and slower. And you do that with every single piece. So every pakora, and it'll begin to it'll sear it, and it won't fall apart then. So it's just you'll get the knack of it. It's not that difficult after you've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Some people are agreeing with you. Air fryer chicken tikka is gorgeous.
it's
It
great.
works
Yeah,
really well, actually.
really happy with it. I never bought it. I never bought one because I always thought, oh, that's not going to work. It's nonsense. But no, I was wrong. It's good. So whoever was asking, I'm drinking this Hemisphere Session IPA today from Fourpure. I've got a discount code for everyone, but I forgot to put it in the introduction. So I'll make sure I do that for anyone that wants to try it, because you get a 20% discount if you put the discount code on there. So I'll make sure I do that tonight for you. And yeah, I hope you guys give this a try. It's like I say, it's like every single recipe, every single curry house style recipe anyway in this book could be made in minutes, as long as you do the base sauce and you pre-cook your meat or paneer or whatever you're doing. You can do these all in 10 minutes. So it's so quick and easy to do. And you can do literally 2 or 3 at the same time and make yourself a feast by the time you could actually go out in your car and drive up the road to get yourself a takeaway. So is there anything else?
I know it says, yeah, Gavin's saying it wasn't on Chit Chat, so we'll have to get that sorted by Monday.
Yeah, so it's not on Chit Chat again.
Facebook, but not on Chit Chat. Yeah, so Facebook
All right.
changed the settings again. You just thought you got it all figured out on Facebook.
Yeah, it's something Facebook's done. They've actually gone and changed their settings, so it was all lined up to go out today. There shouldn't have been any problem. It said it was going to be okay, but we have to see what's Facebook's winding us up a bit. Anyway,
so we don't know what we're making on Monday yet, do we? Haven't
no, because we're still deciding when we can do a shop and everything. But we're going to be doing something on Monday, and I will let you know what that something is within the next day or so. One thing I don't know, I'm just going to ask the question. I've been working on a recipe for homemade papadums, and I don't mean like the papadums in my purple book and the red book where you go and buy papads and everything. I'm talking about actually making the fresh ones like you get over in India. And they're not as crispy, but they are they can be, but they're also nice and puffy and really good. So that's not in any book. I'm thinking about teaching how to make those, because it's been a bit of a going back and forth and working it out. But I finally got there. I'm very happy with the recipe. So if anyone's interested in that, please let me know. I'm also very much considering doing a biryani. But a doom biryani, which means it's going to have to sit there and cook for a bit. The only problem with doing that is we don't want to be staring at a pan for 40 minutes while it's cooking. So we have to think about something else we can do with it. So if you have any suggestions, let me know.
Okay, we've only got one taker-upper of the homemade papadums. So
great. Well, believe me, I just loved it. When we went over to, I think the first time we had the real thing was in Kerala, wasn't it? In South India. And it's just completely, they don't serve them as a starter usually. It's something that they'll put on top of a curry, and it's just all bubbled up and nice. And it just gives the curry a little bit of texture, so they actually just break it up inside the curry and have it with their rice or whatever. And but you could have it as a starter as well. So yeah, if people are interested, let me know, and I'll make sure I do it if I get enough interest.
And then someone was asking about the Thai recipes, which I think you're going to start in about 3 weeks.
Yes, I think we're going to. I've gone to my supplier, and a lot of the things that I need are just not available right now, just because of the lockdown and everything. But it's sounding like there's some stuff on the way, so I would say it'd be the following week. I'll be able to start making the paste and everything. I just didn't want to show you half-half. I want to make sure that everything I need to make it right is available, and it will be. So the Thai stuff will be starting very, very soon.
Lisa's just asked, with the curry you've just made, the chicken saag that you call it, be known as green chicken curry in a restaurant, do you think?
Green chicken curry, there's a few, not, I guess the thing is that a lot of these chefs, they make things up so they don't actually
Maybe
have to tell you.
spinach,
Yeah, a lot of times there's a coriander one as well, which is really strong coriander, not as common, but it's this green one, that's probably what it's referring to, yeah.
Yeah, that or coriander, so
Yeah,
the two green
yeah,
things it
yeah.
could be, I suppose.
Well, there's a few other things too, yeah. The Saag's green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
spinach,
yeah. Oh, no, I mean the methi.
Oh, methi
Methi's
could be
quite
methi,
green, yeah,
could be
yes.
methi.
So it'll be quite a few different things.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
So that's it until
Okay,
Monday.
great. Yeah, so we'll see you on Monday, and hope you have a good end of your week, and we'll see you same time Monday. Hopefully we'll be on Curry Chit Chat as well, and I'm going to try to get to the bottom of that tonight as well. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on Monday.